Mars has gravity similar to Mercury at 0.38 g, meaning you could dunk like prime Michael Jordan. Jupiter would crush you under 2.5 times gravity before breakfast. But zero gravity? That's when magic and chaos happens. Picture this. A sneeze propels you backward. Your dinner plate moonwalks across the room. Your cat becomes the real-life Cheshire cat floating between walls. We're breaking down exactly how no gravity makes Earth the world's worst trampoline park. Right now, gravity is the reason you're not floating off your chair. It all comes down to mass. Earth has a lot of it. At 5.97 times 10 to the 24th kilograms, our planet pulls everything toward its center at 9.8 meters per second squared. That's why when you drop your phone, it falls straight down instead of sideways or up. If gravity suddenly switched off, things would get weird fast. First, the atmosphere would start escaping into space. All that air we breathe would just drift away like a deflating balloon. Without the weight of gravity, oceans would break apart into floating globs of water. Even the ground beneath your feet would start breaking up as tectonic plates stopped pushing together. You'd notice smaller changes too. That coffee cup on your desk, it would float away the moment you let go. Your hair would stand on end like you're in zero gravity all the time. Walking would become impossible because your feet wouldn't stay on the floor. You'd need to push off walls or furniture to move around like astronauts in space. Satellites rely on gravity to stay in orbit around Earth. Without it, GPS would stop working within hours as satellites drifted away. Weather forecasts would become impossible without satellites tracking storms. Even TV signals would cut out as communication satellites floated into deep space. Our bodies are built for gravity. Without it, your bones would start losing calcium faster than you can drink milk. Muscles would weaken because they don't have to work as hard. Your heart would struggle to pump blood upward to your brain. After months without gravity, astronauts can barely stand up when they return to Earth. The water cycle wouldn't work without gravity either. Rain falls because gravity pulls water droplets down from clouds. Rivers flow downhill because of gravity's pull. Even evaporation changes without gravity. Water vapor wouldn't rise predictably to form new clouds. Gravity also helps Earth maintain its shape. The planet isn't a perfect sphere because gravity pulls more strongly at the equator. Without this force, Earth might start stretching out or changing form over time. The moon's orbit would change too, possibly moving away from Earth entirely. All these systems depend on gravity's constant pull. It's why planets formed in the first place. Gravity caused dust and gas to clump together. Without it, that coffee floating away would be the least of our problems. We'd have to completely rethink how to live without this invisible force holding everything together. Making dinner would become a challenge, too. Water wouldn't boil normally without gravity directing the heat. Chopping vegetables would send pieces flying in all directions. Even something simple like putting salt on your food becomes difficult when the shaker floats away mid-shake. Gravity isn't just important, it's necessary for life as we know it. Your morning alarm goes off, but instead of rolling over, you float straight up from your mattress. That's your first sign gravity quit overnight. You blink sleepily as your blanket drifts toward the ceiling like a lazy jellyfish. The moment you try getting up, you realize your mistake. There's no down anymore. Breakfast becomes an acrobatic challenge. Pouring cereal? The flakes form a floating cloud around your head. Milk splashes in spheres that bounce off walls. Toast crumbs become airborne hazards. One wrong breath, and they're in your nose. Astronauts on the ISS deal with this by using squeeze bottles and food with extra gluey textures. You'd quickly understand why they Velcro everything down. Your commute turns into an obstacle course. Without gravity, cars are useless. Wheels need friction to work. Walking outside means grabbing lampposts and pushing off like you're swimming through air. Buses would need to be giant nets to keep passengers from floating away at every turn. Even stopping becomes a problem. Newton's first law means your body keeps moving until something stops it. That wall is coming faster than you think. At the office, your desk items rebel. Pens, papers, and staplers orbit your head like tiny satellites. Trying to type sends your keyboard drifting away mid-sentence. Video calls get weird when coworkers appear upside down or sideways as they float around their homes. Water coolers become floating globules. Taking a sip means chasing stray droplets through the air.